go in your house to use the bathroom. You want them to go outside, and you need a yard, and you want to have a fenced-in yard for privacy and like a place to just be able to hang out with your friends. Like, say on 4th of July, you want to have a house so you can do fireworks, because most RVs, you can't go and do fireworks. You have to go to the beach, and there's going to be crowded because you can't just do it in the middle of the woods or a campsite. You can't do it. That's why you have to go down to the beach, and it's going to be packed full of people.
Well, more room is convenient because if you want to invite friends over or have like a party like on the 4th of July too. You can shoot off fireworks also. You can have pets. You can have more pets, as many as you want.
And if you have like not only just like on holidays, but if you have like a big family in general, it's kind of hard, or not even just a big family, but if you have like older kids and they're getting like bigger or whatever, you need more room for them, and they might, or you might have young children and you might want to have like a place for them to play with their friends as they come over, or like hang out. But like a lot of times in RVs, yes, they can be big, but they also like, you can know that they even though they have beds, the beds aren't that big, and if they are, if you, like I said, if you have a big family, it's going to be hard to put everybody into one of those beds or have their individual like bed.
Yeah, so individual rooms.
For privacy, if you wanted your house to be secure, like if you wanted security, like you need to have, like, I know RVs, when we did research, you cannot put one of the ones where you have to type in the PIN, so you don't just have to have a key. You can type in the PIN to get into your house, and with an RV, they could just break it open with the pry bar. But if you have a lock with the buttons, then it's going to be harder, because there's going to be not only the regular lock, but there's going to be other locks that are holding it in, so it's going to take more pressure and power to open it up. So you're going to have to know the code, and if you get it wrong, it's going to set off an alarm, so that's going to alarm you that someone's trying to get into your house. So that's going to be one of the major issues if you had an RV.
And also, if you have kids and they are young, but not even, they don't have to be like young, but if they're like babies, or if they're not like older and they're trying to sleep or whatever, when you're in an RV, you're almost always on the way, like on the go. And when if they're trying to sleep, it's going to be very noisy, because there's always like cars passing you, or if you're on the roads, there's always going to be noise going on. And there's also going to be traffic. So if you are stuck in traffic, and if there's only one person driving the car, you have to think that if the baby or the kid is in the back, and then there's the one person driving it, how is that person going to get back to help the baby, when in a house the baby could be in the room with the mother or the father? And
not only that, but if you're in the woods camping out, because you don't want to pay for the campsite or whatever, then after you're in the woods, you got to think there's bears and all these other animals that could come and mess with and hit the RV, because they might not know what it is. So different animals could just, when you guys say insects come in your house,
insects can also come in RVs, because you're always out you're not on the ground, but you're near the roads and everything. So insects, you have to think, they live outside. So they're still going to be able to get into your RV.
And you can't. We did research, and you can't put a security system in an RV. You can only put it
won't hook up
right. In weather conditions, you can leave your house, and because usually when you live in an RV, you don't have a car. You just
Good job, guys. Okay, RV. Time to step up your game if you want to make this a contest. All right, you guys set? All right, guys. 5 minutes.
Well, this is a debate between to decide and to live in an RV or a house. Well, when you have an RV, you have all the stuff there. But if you don't have a stove, well, that's okay because then you wouldn't have a kitchen to clean. Because then you wouldn't have a kitchen to clean up if you didn't have a stove. And besides, they're easier, and you don't have to spend much time like cleaning and stuff because there's only like one big room. And when you have no yard to play, but also you don't have to give lawn care if you don't have a lawn.
For an RV, sure, if you had a pet, you'd want it to like go outside and play with the kids and everything. But you could still do the same with an RV because you could park it in a lot and go outside with a pet. Or you could go out to a family or a friend's house and play with the pet there. And if you wanted gas, you could just fill up a gas tank and then like while you're on the go, you can just fill up the gas on the road. When you own an RV and you want to move, if you were to move like a house, you already have everything packed up and you can do anything on the go while you're moving because an RV is a recreational vehicle. That means it can move, and some people can go anywhere. And I don't think that bugs or anything could get into your RV unless you stop somewhere because it's just like driving a car on the road. You don't get bugs in your car driving on the road. So, and everybody's talking about how it be so much with gas. Well, if you go to this gas station and you fill up the gas containers like you would for a lawnmower and you just keep those stored somewhere, you wouldn't have to pay so much money every time going to the gas station because you already have gas stored up and you can just refill when you're getting low. In this chart, it says how many RVs are sold during the years 2001 through 2012. In 2001, there was about like 72. 2002, there was probably 85. 2003, there was 50. 2004, there was about 34. In 2005, it was about 25. In 2006, is about 22.
In 2007, they had about 25, and 2008 they had about 27. 2009 they had 24. 2010 they had 19. 2011 they had 20, and 2012 they sell 22.
And everybody's the group that we're going against was talking about how it was camping. but this chart can represent people using it as a house and moving around, or it can represent camping, but you still do have to move around in camping, so.
And if you own an RV, you can still own like an actual house and another car. Like for your pets, you can still own an actual house.
And if there's like problems, and like if there's like problems around you that, and since you have an RV, you can just get out there. You wouldn't have to pack up or.
Thank you, guys. Why did you have that PowerPoint up there and you never used it? All right, guys, we're gonna go. We've got 7 minutes. Layla, I'm gonna have you ask the first question, and you pick who you want to have answer for you. As soon as you ask the question, I'll start the clock.
Ashley, why would you buy a house and have all that trouble with the lawn, and mowing, and raking leaves and stuff, and you just buy an RV and not have to do all that lawn work?
Well, if you have kids, it's good to get them out of the house, and it's also good for your pets to get out of the house too. And like with a house, when you have the lawn, it could be a little extra work, but you could also have like a pool or a food facility.
Your question, Ashley?
So, Matthew, what would you do if your RV broke down or got in a car wreck and it was your house? Where would you live?
Well, mostly if your RV wrecked and it broke down, I would probably have something for backup. That way, if that ever happened, I can just use that resource. That way, I don't have to be. That way, all my stuff, that way I wouldn't have any type of way. That way I wouldn't have no type of way to live. And if my RV broke down, I would definitely have a backup source for that.
Ask your question, Matthew.
Dylan, why would you buy a house and pay all those expensive bills when you can get an RV and pay cheaper bills because you don't have as many bills as you do in a house?
Well, yeah, you do, because you still have to pay for your sewage, you still have to pay for your water. You have to pay for just this amount of stuff. Not many people are going to have the money at the moment just to pay the RV off. But when you have to pay your house bill every month, you also have to pay your RV. So you are going to have the same amount of bills. You're just like a little cheaper than ours. But then the house would have, they still have the same amount of bills.
I own a camper myself, a camper RV, and myself, because I camp a lot, and the bills that we have to pay is less expensive than the ones we pay for our house, because you can pay for everything at once, and then
Okay, I'm just gonna say you can bring that back again. Dylan, it's your question.
If you had the RV and you were out camping, what would happen if you were on the road and, like, if you get in a wreck and your RV is going to flip over, like completely flip over on the side of the road, you're not really going to have anywhere to go. Because when Matthew said you're going to have a backup, well, most people don't think ahead and have, like, a place extra to go. So you're just going to have to go live with your friends or go with somebody else that you know. Because if it's completely tipped over, it's going to take, and you're going to have to pay a lot to get it out. If you're going to have the tow truck come, you're going to have to pay to get it